Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're strapping in and heading straight for Rüsselsheim. We're going to unpack the latest intelligence on one of Europe's most essential compact cars, the 2026 Opel Astra facelift.
That's right.
You sent us a great stack of sources detailing what Opel is planning, and our mission is, I think, pretty clear. We need to cut through the marketing speak to understand what truly matters.
And specifically focusing on that electric version.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is this new update enough to make it a must-buy?
Well, the context here is key. I mean, Opel has been strategically updating its entire lineup.
We've seen it with the SUVs.
Exactly. The Mocha, the Frontera, and of course the Grandland Electric have all had their moment.
Yeah.
So now it's the Astra's turn. Both the hatchback and the sports tourer.
And we won't have to wait long. The sources are confirming a world debut at the Brussels Motor Show.
Right, January 9th to the 18th, 2026. So it's coming up fast.
And this really does feel like more than just, shuffling some badges around. Opel seems to be signaling a genuine leap here.
Oh, absolutely. Well, we don't have final prices or all the trim details yet. We have more than enough to go on.
Okay.
The main characteristics are clear. More autonomy for the EV, brand new technology, and a huge push towards sustainability. You can see it in every detail.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Let's start with the visuals, because a facelift is always about the sheet metal first. Opel has promised a, quote, sharper, more technical, and brighter design. So looking at the sources, what's the one thing that immediately hits you?
It's unquestionably the front end. The visor, that smooth mass that integrates the grille and headlights, it's evolving. It's becoming much more defined, more aggressive.
And the inspiration is fascinating.
It is. They're drawing directly from the Corsa GSE Vision Gran Turismo, a sporty show car.
That's a huge hint right there. I mean, pulling from a racing concept car, that immediately says they're trying to inject some real emotion into the everyday Astra.
Precisely. This isn't just a corporate design choice. It's a signal. Boldness is the priority.
And that boldness gets, well, literal shine.
It does. The famous Opel Lightning badge, the Blitz, is finally illuminated on the Astra. It's a first for this model.
A detail they first rolled out on the new Grandland.
That's the one. It's an eye-catching detail, but it's also functional.
I noticed the sources really emphasize this. It seems small, but it completely defines the modern face of the car.
It does, and that illuminated Blitz, it acts as the central point for the new LED signatures that flank it.
The Opel Compass.
The Opel Compass, it uses these new horizontal and vertical lines to make the car look significantly more modern, more technological.
Especially at night, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
It must just transform the visual signature.
It really does. And to complete the look, you've got new 17 and 18-inch alloy wheels and a couple of new colors.
Contour Weiss and Clover Chrome.
Yeah, and you can still get that optional contrasting black roof, which always looks sharp.
So it's a very cohesive refresh.
It is. It reinforces what the Astra has always been about, practical German engineering, but now it's blended with, genuine emotional design.
That new look on the exterior isn't just for show, though. The biggest functional innovation is hidden right inside those headlights. Let's pivot to the tech, because this is where the facelift introduces a really significant jump in quality. And you're right, we have to talk about those headlights.
This is the headlining safety feature, without a doubt. The Intelli-Lux HD headlights.
And these are coming straight from the Grandland.
Straight from the Grandland. This is technology that's usually reserved for luxury cars, and they're bringing it into the compact segment.
And the key statistic here, it's just hard to ignore. The system uses over 50,000 micro LEDs.
50,000? It's a stunning number.
But frankly, when I see a number that big, my first thought is this pure marketing hype, or is it genuinely superior?
That's a fair question. 50,000 does sound like overkill compared to a typical matrix system with maybe a few hundred elements. But it's that sheer density that creates the magic.
The precision.
The precision, that's the word.
Yeah.
It allows for a truly adaptive, non-glare high beam.
But practically speaking, for you, the driver, what does that complexity actually mean day to day?
Well, the main benefit is the speed and the granularity of the adaptation. The system can instantly switch off or dim these tiny microsegments of light.
So it sees other cars.
Instantly. Whether they're oncoming or ahead of you, it carves out this perfect adaptive tunnel of light around them.
Which is a game changer. You can essentially run with your high beams on constantly without blinding anyone.
Exactly. And it's smart in other ways, too. It follows your steering input when you turn, which gets rid of those lateral blind spots in corners.
And what about bad weather?
It adjusts for that too. It'll change its intensity for heavy rain or fog. And it also, and this is a big one, it reduces that annoying glare you get when high beams hit reflective road signs.
Okay, so this is a level of sophistication that really does push the Astra ahead of its rivals.
It's segment-leading technology for sure.
So if the external tech is about safety,
Mm.
then the interior improvements seem to be all about comfort and sustainability.
Moving inside.
The onboard environment is meant to be more intuitive, but the real comfort upgrades are all about the seats.
Indeed, and this is classic Opel that focus on ergonomics. The Intelli seats are now standard.
And they have that central groove.
They do, a specific anatomically designed groove to alleviate pressure on the coccyx. That's a very specific detail, which tells you they're thinking about long-haul comfort.
And if you want to upgrade, the premium options.
You can go for the AGR certified seats. AGR stands for Campaign for Healthier Backs, a German ergonomics organization.
And those are the ones with all the bells and whistles.
All of them. Electric adjustments, massage, memory, heating. But here's the second crucial insight that elevates this refresh. Sustainability.
Tell me more, because this is something the sources really flag as a major focus.
It is, and it's a real competitive statement. The standard cabin now uses 100% recycled fabrics.
Which is significant in itself.
It is, but it's only half the story. Those premium AGR seats can be upholstered with a material called Renew-Knit.
Renew-Knit. Okay, what is that exactly?
It's a fantastic example of designing for a circular economy. Renew-Knit is a single-component material.
So it's made from one type of polymer.
Exactly. It's made from recycled materials, but crucially, because it's a single component, it is fully recyclable again at the end of the car's life.
That's a huge difference. A lot of automotive fabrics are complex blends that are impossible to recycle.
Prohibitively expensive, at least. So Opel isn't just using recycled stuff, they're solving the end-of-life problem for their textiles. It's a new benchmark in this segment.
That is impressive. Before we get to the powertrain, let's just quickly confirm the famous Astra practicality is still there.
Oh yeah, that's untouched. The hatchback has up to 1,339 liters of cargo space. The Sports Tourer gets up to 1,634 liters.
And the 40.20.40 split rear bench is still standard.
Absolutely. Utility is just fundamental to the Astra's DNA.
All right, let's get to the core reason a lot of you are listening, the electric version. Why do all these upgrades make the Astra Electric a genuinely compelling purchase now?
For any EV buyer, the number one thing is autonomy. And Opel has delivered.
Okay.
The Astra Electric now boasts a very competitive range of up to 454 kilometers on the WLTP cycle.
And we need to emphasize that's a significant increase. It's about 34 kilometers more than the outgoing model.
It is. And it's not like they just threw a massive new battery in it. The sources point to the battery staying around 58 kilowatts.
Which means this gain is all about efficiency.
Pure efficiency optimization. And look, those 34 kilometers might not sound like a lot, but that can be the difference between making it home without range anxiety or having to plan an extra charging stop.
For a compact EV, 454-kilometer WLTP, that unlocks a lot of flexibility, makes it a much stronger contender.
It really does. But the feature that truly changes the utility equation, the real why to buy argument, is the debut of vehicle-to-load, V2L.
This is a massive addition. It's for users who see their car as more than just an appliance to get from A to B.
V2L fundamentally changes how you interact with your car. It turns it into a giant portable battery bank on wheels.
So you can power external devices.
Exactly. Electric bikes, laptops, tools, even small household appliances, directly from the vehicle's battery.
Sounds incredible. But how does it work practically? Can I actually run a campsite fridge or power tools with this?
That's the critical question. V2L typically uses an adapter in the car's charging port, and for a car like the Astra, we'd expect an output of around 3.7 kilowatts.
Which is absolutely enough for that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, a good e-bike charger, a mini fridge, small power tools for a DIY project. It's really functional power.
So the car is no longer just transport. It becomes a mobile power source. That adds a layer of utility that many competitors in this space just don't offer yet.
It really does.
That feature alone, combined with the 454-kilometer range and those headlights, makes the Astra Electric a profoundly practical choice.
It creates a unique value proposition. It's not just a commuter, it's an adventure enabler, a mobile workstation.
Now, briefly, just to provide context for those not ready to go fully electric, the rest of the powertrain lineup is staying pretty much the same.
Correct. We still expect the familiar 130 horsepower petrol engine, 145 horsepower mild hybrid, and the plug-in hybrids at 195 and 225 horsepower.
And the diesel is still an option.
The 130 horsepower diesel remains, yes. And the base electric version we've been talking about produces 156 horsepower.
But we keep coming back to that design inspiration, that Corsa GSE Vision Gran Turismo. The name GSE, the sporty styling. It suggests more than just efficiency.
There is serious buzz about that.
Is there any concrete speculation about a high-performance electric variant?
There is. The GSE moniker Grand Sport Electric has been referenced, and we've already seen it on the Mucka GSE. There is definite speculation about a range-topping 281 horsepower electric GSE variant.
Wow, that's a massive step up from the base 156 horse EV.
It is. If that materializes, it would be the ultimate performance package. The sharp design, the advanced tech, and serious electric power all in one. It would complete the story started by that racing-inspired front end. So wrapping all this up for you, the listener, the 2026 Astra facelift is so much more than a simple touch-up. It enhances design and tech with a laser focus on the electric version.
Right.
Opel is reinforcing its commitment to practical German engineering while setting new standards. As the CEO Florian Huell said, the goal is to inspire customers.
And that inspiration translates into some very compelling reasons to buy, especially the Astra Electric. If we had to pick the aha moments, the key takeaways, it boils down to three things. First, that significant range increase, pushing it comfortably over 450 kilometers. Second, the segment-leading safety tech from those 50,000 LED headlights. And third, the game-changing V2L feature. The car can now power your life.
Absolutely. And that utility factor leads us to our final thought for you to chew on. Since V2L can power small appliances, tools, or e-bikes, what's the most creative way you can envision using your car as a mobile power source? On your next trip, your next project, think about how that transforms the very meaning of utility in your driveway.
Let that thought simmer. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the 2026 Opel Astra facelift source material.
Until next time.
And make sure you follow the channel so you don't miss our future explorations of source material.